Yo, what's going on, you guys? Your boy Pony Montana, and in this video we're going to be going over Freeform settings and a few tips for those of you guys who are looking for more tips on Madden 23. Now, before I get into it, blah 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 blah, if you guys are new, subscribe. For those of you guys who are returning, I appreciate you. But today we're going over Freeform settings. As I mentioned in most of my videos, if you guys are looking for anything, if you guys are struggling with anything, leave it down in the comment section. So that's what we did today. We're going over Freeform. We've done it before, but this is going to be more of an updated video. And shout out to my boy Nate Diz 2507 for leaving the comment and pretty much making, I got a video for you, bro. So whatever you guys need on the channel, if you guys want content, because I'm bringing a lot of different things this year, so by all means, if you guys want to support that, because we bring in not just tips, we bring in gameplays, regs gameplay, franchises, all that stuff. So today we're bringing you guys Freeform settings and a few tips for those of you guys who still don't know much about Freeform settings. So these are my settings currently. I feel like these might be some of the best in my opinion, because I don't tend to overthrow a lot of passes, but here you go. We've got Freeform reticle max distance, we're at near. We have Freeform reticle speed, we are at 10 out of 20. And actually I don't have all of my settings. Let me go and boom, there we go. Passing type, we're at placement. If you guys want a full breakdown of what these, you know what, this is a Freeform video, why not talk about exactly what these are. So passing type, I have it on placement instead of placement and accuracy because I don't need the extra control over the strength of where you're throwing it. You have placement and accuracy, and then you have classic. Classic is the old school way of throwing the ball. Placement is literally just aiming where you want to throw the ball, and then placement and accuracy is not only just aiming, but it's also how hard you're throwing that ball. So the best way that I can explain it to you guys, if you guys are playing Madden NBA 2K, it's pretty much passing without the shot meter. So you're just aiming where you're shooting pretty much. You're not trying to fill up the meter to throw perfect pretty much. That's the best way that I can explain it. It's not exactly the same, but I honestly feel like that's the best way to actually like go about explaining it. Then you got Freeform reticle max distance. You have near, far, and then no max distance. Near is probably the best one in my opinion, because of throwing animations in this game. They differ too much, and they're like the lines get blurred between whether something is a medium pass or a deep pass, which results in your throwing animation to be super fast or super slow depending on who your quarterback is. So I like to stay on near because you won't overthrow as many passes. On no max distance, if you play on no max distance, you are a different kind of demon, simply because you overthrow almost everything. A lot of us are like heavy-handed when it comes to like aiming our passes with the left stick. So if you are somebody like me who is kind of heavy-handed, you want to be on near. You don't need to sit there and aim perfectly, especially with the throwing animations in this game. Some of them are a little too fast for you to even get the throw off anyways. So excuse me, not to get the throw off, but to get the aim off anyways. So might as well stick to near because it'll keep your aiming, near where the ball will land to where your receiver can get it, and that's pretty much going to be perfect for you. Then you got Freeform reticle speed. This is pretty much how fast the cursor moves depending on where you're passing it to, and I have mine at 10 because I'm playing on near. If you're playing on far distance or the no max, lower this to around between the 2 to 5 if you're on no max, and then like from 3 to maybe 6 if you're on far. And that's pretty much it. The reticle visibility is on you. The meter visibility is on you. Meter visibility only shows up if you're using placement and accuracy. And then the passing slowdown is for those of you guys who are playing against the CPU. This does not work. Passing slowdown does not work online. And that's pretty much it for my Freeform settings. So let's just pretty much go over what Freeform is. The Freeform pass in Madden, you're going to sit there and hold the L2 button while you pass and pretty much move the left stick in a direction where you kind of want the pass to be led. So if you want the pass to be led more so to the right, you're gonna aim to the right, and as you can see, it kind of shifts and creates different ways to actually play the game of Madden. As you can see, this was a corner route, a deep corner, and I pass led it up And there we go. My receiver had to adjust to that, and because we're on near, it obviously made it so that it's, you know, it's within the circle in the middle. So that's pretty much the basic for freeform passing. You're pretty much holding L2 and you're throwing the ball. And then a more advanced technique when it comes to freeform passing is highballing. For those of you guys who don't know, if you want to highball, you hold L1 and you throw the ball. As you can see, high throw, if you look at on the bottom, and it gives you an animation where you're pretty much have to jump up for the ball. And this is something that most competitive players use every single game. Why? Because the trajectory of the ball goes higher. Most people use quarterbacks with a throw velocity ability, which makes throwing these high ball passes a must because they're already kind of a little bit lower because of the throwing animations and the abilities. So this is a must have, a must use if you guys are passing the ball. Now, why this is an advanced technique is because you can pair the two together. You can use freeform and high ball and use them together. So I'm going to high ball it to the tight end. And as you can see, that right there is one of the best animations that you can get, especially if you have a tall receiver. You hold L2, you hold L1, and you aim to whoever it is that you are trying to throw to. So I'm going to try to throw to X again. Boom. Beautiful, perfect animation, as you can see. And that's going to make it so that it's very, very difficult for you to, not for you, but for your opponent to actually guard that, especially if you guys are rocking like bench. One thing that a lot of pro players do, they like to throw that pass right there because you can't, a lot of the times if you get that animation, a KO will not work against you, and you'll pretty much fare, you know, pretty nicely against people who are rocking KOs if you're utilizing it in that way. So again, those are the two main things that come from freeform passing. It's pretty much being able to kind of redirect the route in which your opponent is going. So as you can see, instead of going towards the left like he was going on that corner route, oh, let me drop down so I can just show the instant replay. Instead of going left to where he's supposed to go on that corner route, we ended up kind of cutting him off and going backwards with it and aiming it to the right so we can click on and pretty much kind of cut the defender off wherever that defender might be. And I know I probably should have been using, you know, an actual defense, but to go over this properly, I feel like offensive only is going to be the best thing. Now, last tip, and I actually learned this. Ooh, excuse me. I actually learned this from another YouTuber. Shout out to my boy Zan, the tip god, the OG. He posted a video where he mentioned that if you aim towards the outside and up, you're going to be able to get a better animation like that right there, where you get an animation where it's going to be very difficult for the KOs to pretty much work. So I'm going to go ahead and showcase that replay, because this is a rare rack animation that is going to result in you catching the ball in stride, and they're not going to be able to knock the ball out if you do that. Now, let me say that again. You're going to aim the ball towards the outside. So you know what? Maybe I should bring up the squigglies. No, we're not going to bring up the squigglies this video. But if you aim the ball towards the outside and then up, if you guys are passing on streaks or anything like that, you're going to be able to get a further distance throw. So if you guys are playing with corner routes, like the one on the left side here, you're going to aim pretty much, if you're looking at a clock, you're going to aim towards 9 o'clock, and then you're going to go up to 12 o'clock. Same thing on the outside here. If you're trying to get that streak to look even better, you're going to aim towards 3 o'clock, and then you're going to aim up to 12 o'clock immediately, by the way. And that's if you're using these same settings. So again, we're going to go ahead. And that time we even overthrew it. That's how you know that this actually works. We highballed that, mind you, but you know it works because we overthrew that with near max distance. And it's very difficult to actually overthrow with near max distance. Again, this is another one. Beautiful, perfect animation right there. Now that one might have been knocked out by a KO, but that was an absolute perfect throw right there. And you honestly can't ask for much when it comes to this. And as you can see, perfect, where only your receiver can get it, and you might just be outrunning everybody that's on the defense. One of the biggest tips from on the freeform setting side that I've heard this year, and I figured if you guys haven't heard it from him, obviously I have no problem sharing it. So that's it pretty much for Freeform. There's not much else to go off of. Again, if you guys want to try the no max distance, that's a little bit harder. I would try far first and then go up to the no max, simply because of the way that the game works. But again, learn your quarterbacks throwing animations, because Slinger 1, Slinger 3, those are the two main ones this year specifically. Obviously next year it might change a little bit, but depending on your quarterbacks throwing animations, you might not be able to actually throw perfect passes, and you're just going to get frustrated doing so. So that's another tip for the Freeform stuff, because I know a lot of people are going to sit there and they're going to try to Freeform, but you might not be able to do that if you're out throwing your, you know, the speed in which your quarterback is actually throwing the ball. But that's pretty much it for Freeform. I know I said that earlier, but that's it for the video. If you guys are struggling with anything, if you guys want to see anything, leave it down in the comment section below, and I'll try my best to find something for anybody who's struggling. My name is 20 10. I'll see you guys in the next video, man. As always, 2 fingers, deuces, and peace out, you guys.